Welcome to Movie Summary Original. Today we dive into the haunting world of Nefarious, a gripping tale of demons, possession, and the devil. I've decided to unleash one video per day, so you better not miss out on the action. Hit that subscribe button. I'll give you a small gift at the end of the video. Brace yourself for thrilling twists that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Caution, spoilers ahead. Alright, picture this. Psychiatrist Alan Fisher signs a document before his office exit. Moments later, he plummets from the roof. In Oklahoma, Edward Wayne Brady's execution is near after 11 years on death row. Dr. James Martin arrives to evaluate Brady, replacing Dr. Fisher. The warden wants James to confirm Brady's fake possession by the devil, suspecting a master manipulator. Beware of falling for the act during the interview. In the interview room, as James introduces himself, Brady knows him well, recapping his entire resume. James explains the evaluation's purpose, but Brady interrupts, questioning the need for an autopsy when they know he died from electrocution. Brady admits Fisher's horrific decision to execute him, driven by his influence. Why did he want Fisher dead despite Fisher's belief in his insanity plea? Brady reveals his desire for James to author his story. Unable to die, he claims to be a demon using Brady's body as a vessel. When James inquires about the demon's name, it reveals that it was common 3,500 years ago, but now sounds like gibberish. The demon requests to be called Nefarious, a name closely related to its true identity. James objects, doubting Nefarious's authenticity as a real name, and the demon gets defensive, explaining the power of names, then playfully calls it psychiatrist Jimmy, startling him. Nefarious chuckles and claims to hold a secret, informing James that before the day ends, it will commit 3 murders. James dismisses this, preferring to discuss Brady's crimes. Nefarious confesses to numerous murders over the millennia. James insists on focusing on the killings Edward Wayne Brady was convicted of, but Nefarious insists that Brady was merely a puppet executing its homicidal desires, and he enjoyed it. Curious, James asks how Nefarious possessed Brady, and it explains the gradual process involving bad choices, immoral acts, and temptations. Eventually, the demon takes over the body, rendering Brady's own unnecessary. Nefarious yearns to be liberated so Brady can descend to hell. James calls for a chaplain, as religion isn't his expertise, but Nefarious vehemently asserts that disbelief won't shield against its wicked influence. A light bulb shatters, and Father Lewis arrives. Nefarious trembles in fear before the priest, who declares demonic possession impossible, coming only to allay Nefarious's anxieties. As Nefarious attempts to shake the priest's hand, Father Lewis pulls back, taunting him. Nefarious insults the priest, calling him a hack and a poser. James challenges the prisoner to prove he is a demon, and Nefarious agrees, briefly possessing James. However, nothing changes, and Brady returns, speaking with a stutter. James mentions dissociative identity disorder, but Brady insists it's Nefarious who drives him to commit bad deeds, resulting in punishment. Brady starts crying and Nefarious returns, mentioning Brady's mother. He describes how James made the difficult decision to let his mother die by removing life support. James defends his choice, explaining she was in pain, but Nefarious counters that she was becoming inconvenient. The demon's taunts unsettle James, who apologizes and sets boundaries, declaring his personal life off limits. Nefarious agrees to respect this decision. James revisits the split personality line of questioning, but Nefarious dismisses it. He claims he summoned James to tell his story and write a book about how an atheist psychiatrist became a believer in demonic possession after their encounter. They delve into theology, and Nefarious accuses James of seeking loopholes in his knowledge of the demonic world. The convict reveals that the devil is truly in control of the world, not God, and those who claim to follow God are, in reality, his slaves. James concludes that Brady is insane and unfit for execution, sending him to a mental institution instead. However, Nefarious's manipulation appears to persist, leaving James unsettled. He discovers that Nefarious knows impossible details about him. As James sets out and Nefarious spills the beans about his girlfriend, Melody, and her imminent decision to terminate their child. Though she does it to mend their relationship, James plans to end things later, burdened with lifelong regret. Nefarious proposes a solution. Apologize to Melanie, profess love. James defends his stance, unprepared for fatherhood. The demon shares events inside her womb, celebrating another victim for the devil. Dr. James is shaken, realizing Nefarious is right. He pleads for an emergency call, but it's too late. Brady heads to the cell, stammering about a specific last meal. As the guard departs, his voice changes and he changes his mind. James hesitates, sharing Brady's secrets discovered in solitary confinement. The warden confirms 11 years of no departure. He has an hour to decide Brady's fate. James returns, seeking how Brady, or rather Nefarious, knew about the abortion. Nefarious laughs, stating the obvious. Demon. Latin banter ensues. Legion represents their battle against humanity. James upholds humanity, affirming progress in literacy, anti-racism, and equality. The moral high ground is reclaimed. Nefarious finds it amusing, pointing to low literacy levels among graduates, athletes raising racism claims, and increasing slavery, all products of human actions. Nefarious accuses James of denial, claiming more join evil than good. James nears certainty. The generators are activating. Nefarious confirms they test the electricity's potency to kill Brady. Nefarious opted for electrocution instead of the needle, seeking the cruelest demise for Brady and describing the body's changes during electrocution. Brady pleads for salvation, but Nefarious won't budge. He punishes Brady's pinky. When James is about to seek help, Nefarious miraculously fixes it. Brady, as Nefarious details the Dark Gospel book, anticipates James's bestseller on evil's triumph over good after his execution. The warden shows James a journal with childhood pictures, and James receives a manuscript where he is named the author. The decision of Brady's fate is in James' hands, and he has only 1 hour to decide. In a final conversation with Brady, James demands to know how he obtained the pictures and information. Brady escapes and attacks James, leading to a beating by the guards. A scheme to have James approve Brady's demise succeeds. As Brady is taken away, he exclaims to James that this fulfills the prophecy of 3 murders today. James decides to witness the execution to ensure his choice is right. Brady, in tears, pleads for his life. He asked for his final meal, but the guard reminds him it was canceled. The witnesses are warned to remain silent, and no one can leave until it's over. The warden reads the charges, and Nefarious returns, laughing in the waiting room. The detective, who pursued Brady for years, thanks James for his decision. Brady walks to the chair, crying throughout. Once restrained, the warden asks for his final words. He asks, "James, do you accept my master's offer?" James declines. Brady is terrified as the electrocution begins. The doctor checks and there is still a heartbeat, so they repeat it. He's declared dead 2 minutes later. James feels a jolt as Nefarious whispers, asking him to accept. He grabs the gun, saying he was wrong. He takes the gun, begs for God's help, and goes to decide, but the bullets don't come out. 1 year later, James is on a talk show discussing his written book. On live TV, he admits the entity possessed him too. The gun was checked and it was fine. James believes it was divine intervention. He admits Brady wrote the original manuscript, but he changed it. His book warns about the war between good and evil, urging to choose good, no matter the temptation. James inadvertently fulfilled Nefarious's desire by exposing the reality of heaven, hell, and eternal life, leaving the reader to choose a side. He gives money to a homeless woman, and Nefarious thanks him for the job well done. If you desire to acquire this audiobook just like I did, you can obtain it for free today. The link is provided in the description below. It proved to be an exquisite book and it truly enlightened me. Congratulations! Leave a comment which movie you'd like me to do next. Thank you for watching.